Hey, it's Health Talk Tuesdays with Ask the Healthy Professor. Today's topic is on GMO. We're going to be covering what is GMO, what common foods are GMO, and are GMOs bad for your health? All right, now before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on health topics that will help you for life. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome to Health Talk Tuesdays. So I'm going to be talking all about GMO foods. You know what that means, right? Genetically modified foods. Guess what? I've done research and you will not believe that I found some common everyday foods that you guys are eating. They're not even real. You need to watch this. So there's some top common foods that our bodies can't even process. I'm going to be looking over here to my notes, so don't think that I'm not paying attention to you guys, okay? We here. Okay, now the first one I want you to think about is margarine. Margarine is GMO. It contains BHT. It's a lab-made product. It has vegetable oils like canola, corn, soybean, safflower oil. Anytime you see those oils in there, you want to kind of like steer away from it because our bodies can't just process it. It's crazy, but we have a hard time digesting that, okay? So over 100 years ago, using vegetable oils at a high consumption was not even heard of, right? But over time, as factories started learning how to manufacture these, they started including it in majority of our foods. So you better be on the lookout. That's kind of something to be alarmed about, right? So trans fat. This is where it links to. There's a high amount of trans fat in margarine, okay? It's linked to so many health issues, okay? You have problems from high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, it's all types of disorders, okay? It's coming and stemming from the margarine, okay? The FDA proves it to be unsafe. That's the craziest thing ever. It's already proven to be unsafe. And it has high levels of omega-6. You better watch my other video because I talked about that, right? You better stay on it. You better stay on it. All right, so one I really want to highlight is watermelon, okay? Now, I talk about watermelon juice, but we're talking about organic. We're not talking about the GMO version. And the GMO version is really easy to spot. It has no seeds, right? So those seedless watermelons that you're running to, and you're like, oh, I want to deal with all those seeds. Just know you eating a laboratory version of a watermelon, okay? So watermelons is the first GMO in the history of the world, okay? That's why I'm not a fan of it when it comes down to the seedless ones. But no, when I do find one with seeds and they're organic, I'm getting me some watermelon, okay? So wine. Yes, wine. You know what they add into wine to make it? Yeast. And it's called wine yeast. Wine yeast is highly GMO and is used to make wine. And it's seedless grapes are also GMO, which is also added into the wine as well. So be careful when you're sipping wine because it may be all artificial. It's not even real. Another common, I won't say food, but accessory to our foods is condiments, okay? Y'all better pay attention because this is serious. You know I'm talking about your ketchup, your spices, your sauces, your ranches, all of that, mayo, all of that. That's why you're like, oh, I don't need no vegan eggs. Oh, she going too far. It's not that serious. Oh, yes, it is. It's very serious when it comes to your health. You should be taking it serious, okay? So condiments are causing a lot of ailments because they're GMOs. But if it has a stamp of approval from the FDA that indicates that it is non-GMO, you're good to go, all right? Y'all been laughing at my plant-based ice cream lately. I've seen y'all. I'm not even worried. I'm not bothered at all because guess what? Your ice cream is GMO. It's not even real. So maybe you want to try you some plant-based or some vegan ice cream. Non-dairy. I mean, I'm just saying because my research shows that most ice cream has GMO from milk. So you may want to stick to the natural version. All right, so another one, soy. Soybean, that's where it's made from, okay? So a lot of vegans, we tend to steer towards soy because of, like, oh, I can use that instead of this and all types of things. I don't want to have the meat, so I'll just stray towards the soy. I can't even say it, the soy. Towards the soy, okay? So Soybean has the second highest consumption of approved genetic varieties in the U.S. Did you know that? I'm gonna say it. Let me say that. I'm gonna repeat it because I want to make sure you understand. Soybean has the second highest consumption of approved genetic varieties in the U.S. That's something to think about. I mean, here we are trying to be healthy, and they over there putting GMO in the doggone soy. Come on. Right. So, canola oil. I've talked about a lot of these synthetic oils that is floating around that a lot of restaurants use. You use it too, okay? So canola oil is GMO, and restaurants prefer to use it to save on cost. So even if you're going to some of these top-notch restaurants and they're trying to save on cost and you don't know exactly what oils they're using, this may be why you don't feel the same as you would if you cooked it at home. I've experienced it. All right, now yeast. I talk about this one a lot because you guys, are like, oh, she's all on that nutritional yeast. Okay, I didn't make it to food church. I didn't make it to the nutritional sermon. That's fine. But you better check out that video where I'll go in on what is the difference between yeast and nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is going to help your body become more healthy, okay? But the yeast is causing so much damage. I'm telling you damage on a whole nother level, okay? So yeast is GMO. Yeast, let me explain to you what it is. Yeast is a single cell microorganism that is classified under the fungus kingdom. You want to be eating fungus? I'm just asking you. Don't get mad at the messenger. You the one eating fungus. I'm not the one to be mad at. So calm your nerves, okay? So I'm just saying, you wonder why I stay away from these things, okay? So keep nutritional yeast at the forefront of maybe next time when you're at the grocery store, start looking for it, okay? I'm just saying. All right, so I hate to tell you mommies, I hate to tell you dads, babies, they can't get away either. They can't even get away easily, okay? We may be saying, oh, these are little cute little baby foods. They ain't barely eating. They ain't eating none of that bad stuff just yet. They didn't put it in the milk. They didn't put it in the baby formula. It's so sad, okay? So baby formula. They may say it is organic. Then by law, this justifies they're not genetically modified. But if you're not getting the organic baby foods or you're not getting the organic formula, I'm just saying, your baby eating laboratory meals. And lastly, is corn. Yeah, that pretty much explains why no matter how much we chew it, it's coming back out whole. It's something crazy about that because it's genetically modified. Yes, it's not real. It was made in laboratory. I know you're wondering why you have digestive issues, right? It's like eating something you never was supposed to consume by nature, but you do it anyway and your body has to suffer and pay for it in the end, okay? Would you continue doing this to yourself even after watching this video? Even after knowing that these foods are not even real? They're modified, okay? They're laboratory foods. Yeah, laboratory foods, okay? That's how you gotta kind of think of it. Like, they were man-made. We just created them and you're eating it like it's regular, natural foods. Think about it that way, okay? So I want you to do your homework. I'm not making these things up. I'm not making these things up to scare you, okay? I do not want to frighten you in any way, but I want you to be knowledgeable, okay? I want you to know that it's not all about being just one lifestyle to where you're afraid of, I don't want to just be all vegan. I don't want to be all vegetarian. I don't want that, okay? Well, then don't scream about not being healthy, okay? So I'm telling you about these things. Don't let it go through one ear and out the other and then just go back and do it and then complain about, oh, I got back pain. Oh, my stomach hurt. Oh, my head hurt. Oh, I'm not feeling my best. Oh, I'm so sluggish. You got to take it for what you have. I mean, the foods that you put into your body, that's what's causing you those ailments. Just know that those laboratory meals that you're eating, they cause long-term damage. And guess what? You're going to be studied on because guess what? The doctors are really doing. Asking you, how do you feel? What do you eat? How's your diet? It's like you're pretty much a lab rat. I don't want to say it like that, but if you eating laboratory foods and you're complaining about pain and body aches and things like that, and then you go back and you go to a specialist and they're asking you all the XYZs and they're checking it off, sounds like a lab study to me. All right, thanks for joining me on Health Talk Tuesdays. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. And be mindful when you are grocery shopping, okay? Or even when you're at a restaurant, because you never know if you're eating the next GMO. Don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment letting me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.